Live, Wants to Watch, and Road to the Knockout cards in FIFA 22 Ultimate Team are having some absolutely crazy, stupendous rises in FIFA 22 Ultimate Team. Now we have to go ahead and analyze this and take a look, because I've seen some of these cards continue to rise and then just stay at these absolute absurd prices it may have seemed if you compare it to past years. Even if you compare it to some of the Team of the Week cards that we see, if this 82 Tomori was an inform card, I do not believe, in my opinion, he would be 200,000 coins. Yet he has found himself to be at this price, to rise all the way to this price first of all, and also to stay at this price. Now in this video we're going to be discussing why, we're going to be discussing how to profit off this, because I'm fed up of denying this, fed up of saying he's going to come back down. He's been staying at this price now for weeks on weeks. So we're going to be discussing in this video how you can actually make coins from this and why is this actually going on, because even though there may be some maybe blatant people saying, complaining maybe at one certain group, and now I do think one of these things we will discuss in a little bit, but I do think TikTok, of course, is what everybody's going around. Everyone's saying TikTok, oh, that is the reason all of these prices are happening. I don't think it's the only reason, but definitely people hungry to make coins and all of these cards going up. Now I did actually tweet about this, and what did people say? So I tweeted, Road to Knockout and Wants to Watch cards are rising insanely fast for no apparent or no logical reason. Seems people are hungry to make coins and it is leading to excessive hype. So some people have said Upamecano for 1 win. So there's definitely going to be some upgrades, right? There's definitely going to be some upgrades. However, it is definitely not justified for some cards. So if you take a look at Vidal, for example, so Vidal is a Road to the Knockout card. Road to the Knockout card and Wants to Watches are both having these fluctuations. You can take a look at this Footbin tracker, which I think is amazing. When you go to Footbin, go to Squads and then Dynamic Players, and you've got the option for Road to the Knockout and Wants to Watch, and they are going to be sorted in highest rating. So if we go here on Road to the Knockout, we actually search Vidal. This Vidal, right, needs 1 more win, correct? This is going to be happening 24th of November. Now, I also think the timing of this is all a little bit ironic. Black Friday is around the corner, but right now it may seem that there isn't really going to be a promo on this Friday, or there might not even be a Team 2. So if it is going to be non-10 perhaps, I do think that there's going to be more hype towards this, because there's going to be nothing going on. People are going to be looking for a way to make coins, and I think this is the direction some people might be headed. So buying this card, for example, Vidal, or looking at this Vidal card, right, 24th, if Inter Milan are going to be beating Shakhtar Donetsk, then they are going to be getting an upgrade. However, I don't think this Vidal, if he was an inform card, would be going for this much. Now, maybe inform cards, of course, are just having so much supply. They're just on their own boat, sort of. That is why Tomori is so expensive. If Tomori was the Team of the Week, I think we would all understand he would be cheaper. This Vidal as well. But say this Vidal is going to be going to 86 rating. Now he could potentially go to 87 as well. I still think that the amount of hype that is sort of on him, especially because we're around Black Friday, I don't know if it is completely justified, but I do think there's definitely ways to make coins from this. If we take a look at some of these cards, Sabitzer, for example, they've all just been rising, and in my opinion, it's actually quite safe, as long as we don't see a promo this Friday, to buy some of these cards. Now that is still very, very risky. It's actually not safe at all, but what I'm trying to say is they've been stable for such a long time. If you look at, for example, the Tomori, there's definitely some trust that you can put into these cards. There's definitely some sort of confidence. In my opinion, what it seems like is nobody is willing to sell these cards. It just looks like people have accepted that they're going to be holding them, even though this Tomori, for example, he's got his upgrade, Wins to Watch. Now the way he gets his upgrade is actually if he plays well in real life, but people are like, oh, he could go to 84, he could go to 84, he just needs perhaps a goal as a centre back, and then he can get into Team of the Week. So that is why we've seen this stability, and I think that is quite safe. When you compare this to other cards, we haven't actually seen this sort of stability with any other cards. Now if you look at Saul as well, you can see he's stable at 26k. He had a rise here to 32k, 31k. So you could argue this 31k is the max he's going to go. I believe this happened on match day, but Chelsea ended up losing. So he did go back down to 26k. So 26k was obviously the buy point, but we are making this video whilst he's 30k. Now, is it too late to invest in this? I think if there is going to be no promo this Friday, I tweeted out about it. If there's going to be no promo this Friday and there is going to be no Team 2, I think people are not going to have anything to do. I think people are going to be getting coins from division rivals and they won't have anything to do on the weekend or on Thursday, Friday. I think they're going to be looking up, perhaps you could say on platforms like TikTok, best investments. And I think a lot of people are pointing towards these ones to watch and road to the knockout cards. So I do believe we were talking about Saul. I think he could go to maybe 34,000 coins, something like that. It's still extremely risky, of course. I don't want to be feeding into this crazy hype. I understand he's already so high rated, but it's sort of taking a gamble. It's a very pump and dump system, if you guys understand that from crypto or any sort of cryptos, mainly now with all of these altcoins and everything like that. I do think this is not as safe as, for example, buying some cards for flipping. We don't know what sort of the roof of these cards is, and we don't really know what the floor is either. We don't know the ceiling or the floor. So I do think that it is definitely risky. I would avoid cards like Tomori. I wouldn't go for Tomori, but for example, someone like Malin, I do think Malin, Dortmund, if you take a look here, these are all sort of cards that need one more upgrade and then they're going to be getting wins to watch. This is going to be taking place the 20th, so that is going to be this weekend. But I think I'm going to try and sell on Thursday, Friday. I'm not holding until he gets the upgrade, because when he actually gets the upgrade, this is very important to note, he is going to be going down in price, in my opinion. When he gets the upgrade, I don't think he's going to be staying at that price. It depends, of course, whether there's going to be actual real demand for the card. Malin, maybe there could be some real demand, but when it is coming to cards like Saul, for example, I don't think he's going to have a good enough card to actually be usable. So I think he's going to be coming back down in price. But like someone like Ramos, perhaps there might be a little bit more hype. So for 77k, honestly, I've been trying to buy this card on Flippin. It says it's 77k, but I haven't seen any listings go up. I literally on stream, I'm recording this video right after I tried to snipe some of these cards. What I've noticed is, wow, 74k, thank you very much. What I've noticed, guys, is these cards, right? Not a lot of people are listing them up. I think I'm taking a risk, guys. It's definitely a risk. I'm not going to put all of my coins into this, but I think it's worth it. It's worth the fun to see what is going to be happening. These at 77, I think, are fairly low as well, but I don't want to buy too many of them. But I do think that potentially this Ramos, for example, how much would we need for him to break even? So if we bought now at 77, right, 81,000 coins. I think tomorrow, say there's no crazy content, no preview packs, anything like that, I think he goes up to 82,000 coins, or 81. You can see he's already touched that. So I think he's going to go to that. Now, if it continues slowly, as long as there's no preview packs, I reckon by Thursday, he could be at around 85,000 coins. If this sort of trend of hype over investment certainly continues. So I do think it is risky. I think some cards are riskier than others, but definitely take a look. I wouldn't buy any cards that are already sort of like in the hundreds of thousands of coins like Lukaku. The margins that we're sort of looking at, even just to break even here, if you buy it at, for example, say you buy him at a low price at 360k, you're relying on him to go to 380, which probably is possible. I mean, the hype of this is just surreal, and that is the whole point of this. It's purely driven by hype, but you can definitely get involved. I mean, if you buy at a low point at 360, I don't know, maybe there's 10,000 coins in there, but I don't want to be risking too many coins. I think I'm just going to buy maybe a couple other cards, maybe one of each of the ones to watches that are below sort of 100,000 coins. I don't think that is the worst idea in the world, let's say, but I do think it is definitely risky. So invest at your own risk. This is not financial advice, as some people may say, but I think it is worth the gamble. If you guys are thinking that EA are being a bit quiet, you don't feel like EA are going to do anything crazy, then I do think it is worth a gamble, right? That was an objective, but definitely go on here, guys, take a look at for yourself. Anyone that's got pretty much 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 wins, they've certainly been hyped up. You can see this card as well. The only problem is people bought at a better price than you. So that is my only risk, my only fear with this investment. But we will see what will happen in a few days from now. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.